Welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to have a look at Endgame number 59 from the book 100 Endgames You Must Know by Jesus de la Villa. In this endgame we are going to have a look where the pawn is on the 4th rank. The attacking rook is separating this defending king by 1 file. And how do you think it's black to move? How do you think black should reply? The correct move is rook c8. The first part of the attack is you need to make sure to defend this pawn and attack this pawn right be in front of the pawn. So king b4, king is trying to come in front and escort the pawn, so rook b8. And the second part of this defense is frontal distant effectiveness. We have learned distant effectiveness from a side point of view. This is a frontal attack. It has the same characteristics. The pawn and the rook has to be at least 3 files apart for this distant effectiveness to work. So as you can see, king c5, rook c8, king b5, and then after rook b8, the rook keeps giving checks, and then here comes king a6. It's a very tricky move. If you get carried away and play rook a8, you immediately lose. The main reason is after king b7, you cannot go back to the first plan we always talked about, which is the rook has to come to c8, be in front of the pawn. So that's not possible. So after rook a6, the author says do not give too many checks. If the pawn is undefended, the rook has to attack the pawn. That's exactly what you have to do. In this position, play rook c8, attack the undefended pawn, and at the same time, this rook is actually attacking this file. So here, rook d4 is played, and after king e5, as I mentioned before, this rook was protecting this file, not allowing the king to come closer to the pawn. Now it's doing two things. First of all, it's defending this pawn, at the same time protecting this file. It cannot do both of them. So here rook d5 has to be played, give a check, and after king e6, king b5 has to be played simply to defend this pawn. And as soon as the pawn king has come to the 5th rank, we go back to our second plan, which was simply to go and use the distant effectiveness and give checks. Here the king has to retreat, rook c8 attacking the pawn again, king b4, and rook h8 check, b8 check. Here the rook b5 is played to avoid any more checks, and then comes the final plan of this defense. Rook h8 has to be played. The whole purpose is now we are going to transition into a Philodor defense. If you are not sure what Philodor defense is, please look at Endgame 53 and 54 in this series of videos. I've created a playlist of all the endgames in this series. So have a look at it and you'll be able to understand what a Philodor defense is. Philodor defense is a drawing position for a weaker side in these kinds of endgames. Now rook b7 is played to try to cut off the king from along this rank, and here comes king comes to king d6, king b5, rook h5 check, king has to move to b6, and here comes rook c5, and here the pawn is lost. If white wants to save the pawn, simply has to play rook d7, sacrifice a rook, and after the king takes a rook, white king takes a rook here, and here comes king c7. Can you recognize this position? Well, if you're not sure, please go to endgame number 3, which talks about key squares. And as you know, if the pawn is on the 4th rank, the key squares are here b6, c6, and d6. Because black here has the opposition and it's white turn to move, then white cannot come to any of these squares, so which means this is a draw. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and it's bye for now.